Once upon a time, there was a beautiful rose plant who was very proud of her looks. It was in a desert far away, and the only problem she seemed to have was that she was growing next to an ugly cactus. Every day, she would mock the cactus, taunt it about its ugliness. The cactus would keep quiet and say nothing. The other plants would try and reason with her, but she was so taken in by her beauty that she didn't give a damn. One day, when the desert got arid and it became very dry and water ran out, her petals and the lushness of it began to lose color. She looked at the cactus and saw that a sparrow was digging its beak deep into the cactus to draw some water. A little awkward and ashamed, she asked the cactus if she too could draw some water from it. The cactus kindly agreed and helped this rose plant survive through the very, very arid times the desert was going through. The moral of the story? Let's not get carried away by appearances. Welcome. Welcome to today's episode of What Is. What is beyond the surface? Why is it that so many of us get carried away by how people look, by their adornments, by their showcasing, by their posturing, by their constantly projecting something? I think one of the reasons for that is our own inferiority complex. We've been brought up with the philosophy that we are what we do, we are how we look, we are what we have. So what happens since so many of us have accomplished so little, we look up to those who have accomplished a little more than us. So we get awestruck, we put them on a pedestal, we think they're gods, and then we begin to worship them, not realizing that many a time that what we see may be just simply on the surface, a superficial layer, and we begin not only to worship them, but we also begin to mock and look down on the ordinary, the usual, the regular, the routine, not realizing more often than not, it is the ordinary that have far more substance and depth. It is time for us to overcome our inferiority complexes and see people for what they are. Go beneath the veneer and look. You may be surprised at the reality that will stare you in the face. So, do you want to be the rose who's constantly preening about her looks, or do you want to be like the ordinary cactus who has enough reserves to be able to come to the rose's rescue when it was really needed? If you like what you hear, please do hit the like button. Please do share my video, and of course continue to write to me at varkha@varkhacholani.com. Till next week, it's goodbye and thank you.